Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy talking about movies and staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Alright, with that we're going to get into today's review, which is for The Whale. I just saw it yesterday in theaters, so let's dive on in. So starting off with just a synopsis, in this movie, a reclusive English teacher attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter. So my anticipation going into this was, I would say, kind of mid-level. I know it's listed at AMC as like an artisan film. I'm not super aware of the reviews that it's been getting, but I feel like it's had a little bit of buzz that it might be more of an awards film. So I've been interested to check it out. So, yeah, not super high hopes, but I had some expectations, I guess, going in that it would probably be a pretty good movie. But we'll just dive on in. Lately I've been doing just kind of 5 bullet point reviews. I'm just gonna switch it up today. I'm just gonna talk to the things that stood out to me about the film. Not sure if that'll come out to be 5 points or fewer or more. We'll see. But diving in, kind of covering what I thought stood out to me and was very good about the film, first and foremost is Brendan Fraser. I think he knocks this role out of the park. Brendan Fraser's a phenomenal actor. I'm glad to... It's been a while since I've seen him in something new. I think I watched a few episodes of like Doom Patrol, but I don't know that he's in as many things now as he kind of used to be. But yeah, so I think it's great to have him in this role, and yeah, he definitely brings his A game. I will not be surprised if he gets nominated for an acting award for this. Second up, I thought that Sadie Sink, I believe is her name, she plays his daughter in this movie, and I thought she was phenomenal as well. I recognize her from Stranger Things, playing Max in that show, and yeah, she is a young actress, but I think she does a great job, and yeah, I think she's gonna have a pretty good acting career ahead of her if she continues to play projects or be in project and play characters like this in Stranger Things. So I thought that yeah, she was also really good. I think all the characters kind of across the board were great. I think the cast list is like 7 people long. But so I'm not going to go into all of them, but those two were the ones that primarily stood out to me, and yeah, the ones that I wanted to talk to. But I think each of the characters, what I really liked about the film is that each of them are complex, and they had like my perception of them kind of shift throughout the film as we learn more about them, and so it's kind of tearing down initial assumptions that I had to begin with, and it was great to see that kind of across the board for every single character. Another thing that was interesting about the film is that it's based on a play, and it didn't. Sometimes movies will that are based on plays. I'll pick up on that as it's playing out, and this one you could, but I didn't think while it was playing out. I was like, oh, this was probably a play first. Even though now that I know that, I can definitely see it. Mainly because it all takes place basically at one location, and that makes for easy play settings and that sort of a thing. But it, I think, translated very well to film, and I'm very glad that they did, because if it remained a play, I think it's a lot like plays are fewer people see plays than they see movies. So I'm glad that they made this into a movie. Kind of one sort of minor nitpick on the film, I would say, and I don't know, it's just not a standout point for me. Maybe it's not necessarily negative on the film, but the pacing was maybe a little slow at times. I don't know if there was a way around that to cut some footage or cut some of the film, and I think it came in just about at 2 hours. But it didn't have me on the edge of my seat the entire time. It definitely had me at times here and there thinking about, oh, how far are we into this film? How far do we have left? So I think a good film and good editing will kind of make you not think about those things. But that was intermittent definitely throughout. And then I thought, though, like, it wasn't because it wasn't interesting. It just, I think parts of it were a little bit slower. But yeah, overall, I think this is a very good film. I give it a letter grade of an A. I recommend it, even if, like, yeah, so to explain my letter grades, or A basically means that I recommend it regardless of whether or not you're already going to see a movie. B would be like if you're looking for something to watch, would I recommend it? But I think A is one I would outright recommend. I think it's worth seeing. I'd say check it out. Probably don't have to check it out in theaters, but definitely catch it when it comes on streaming. But just be warned, I think it's a very hard to watch film. Very, very sad, and I don't know, but it felt very realistic, and I think that's what makes it hard to watch. But that doesn't mean that I didn't like the film. It's just kind of, I think it's definitely an experience that I'm glad to have had. But it is one of those films that's maybe a little hard to get through. So if you've had a chance to see it though, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash the like button. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.